Hello, Earl Pugh here with Guitar Practicing 5. In this video we will look at the E minor scale and the B section of Blackberry Blossom. In Guitar Practicing 4 we looked at the A section of Blackberry Blossom, which was in G major. I recommend that you use a basic metronome, one that goes click as opposed to a drum machine. Set it at 60, that's a good starting point. It's kind of intuitive, it's once per second. And we're going to play the G scale in quarter notes. First, play the G chord. Then play the scale. 2, 3, 4. Play the chord again at the end. So we're trying to get so that we're hearing the scale in relation to the chord and the chord in relation to the scale. Now we're going to do the E minor scale. Play the chord. Please notice that in both of these scales, the fret number and the finger number were the same. So when we started off the G scale, on the G note, we had our third finger on the third fret. The A was open. The B on the second fret was the second finger. The C was the third finger and the third fret. So very logical. Then when we get to the fourth string, we will use the fourth finger on the F sharp at the fourth fret. It's important to notice that the notes in the G scale and the notes in the E minor scale are exactly the same notes, and they go in exactly the same order. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Or E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. However, they have very different sounds, and so this is kind of the trick that Blackberry Blossom takes advantage of. We've got the A section in the key of G. When we get to the B section, we'll have 6 measures in the key of E minor. It will be the same notes, very different sound, but because we have a different tonal center, instead of the G will be centering on the E, the sound will be very different. So now we're going to subdivide the beat. So I recommend that you go up and down the scales with this. I'm just going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then play consecutive eighth notes. Then play the scale in triplets. Notice that I'm using a picking rule, and the picking rule is down on a number. So when it was all quarter notes, was all downs because all the notes happened on a number. When we got to the eighth notes, it was down, up, because we had a note in between each click. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and when we get to the triplets, it will be down, up, down, down, up, down. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Next step would be to play swing eighth notes. So we'll be hitting the first and the third notes out of the triplet. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Now we'll go to 16th note. So we'll cut each quarter note into 4 even pieces. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and So there's two purposes to playing the scales. I know that they're not the most exciting thing to play, but we want to make sure that your hands know where those notes are, so that you aren't having to think about where you're going to find them. And the other is, many people find it far more difficult to hear in a minor key than they do in a major key. Everyone kind of has that major key sound, that major scale sound in their head, but the minor sounds just a little bit funny. So we want to get that sound strongly in our head, so that when we hear it, we recognize which note it is. So it's a little bit of ear training, and a little bit of hand training, and a little bit of music theory. So I recommend that once you have the scale at 60, and you've got the quarter notes and the eighth notes and the triplet and the 16th notes, then you go to 70 and you do it there, and then you go to 80 and you do it there, and then when you're comfortable at 80, then click the metronome back to 40, and that will be the 2 and the 4. Please check the other guitar practicing videos for more information on this, but if you can stay in time with the metronome clicking less per measure, clicking only twice per measure instead of 4 times, it means that you'll have the time more solid, internally, and then when you play, your playing will be more in time. So here we are at the metronome's clicking at 40, and that's the 2 and the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So that was the A section, and we can hear that it's in a major key. It's in the key of G. Now we get to the minor section, and there'll be 3 measures on an E minor. one measure on B7, two more on the E minor, and then it sneaks back to the key of G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Blackberry Blossom does another interesting thing in the B section. In addition to going to E minor, it doesn't use the entire E minor scale. In the A section, we're in the key of G, and we're using all the notes from the key of G plus a couple chromatic notes. But in the B section, we're only using 5 of the notes: E, G, A, B, D. This would be the minor pentatonic scale, also known in some circles as the blues box. And it has, even though we're playing it against a minor chord, it has a little bit of that blues element. So on the B7 chord in Blackberry Blossom, we use that pentatonic scale and basically play a blues lick over the B7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, John Lee Hooker uses almost exactly that same lick in the song Boom Boom. That's a song in the key of E. He plays this lick over the E7 chord, but basically the same lick. 3, 4, 1. We get just a little bit of a blues flavor there in the B section of Blackberry Blossom. So as far as learning this tune, in order to learn this tune, I recommend that you learn it a section at a time. Learn the A section so that you're comfortable with it at 80, and then get the metronome clicking at 40, and you can still play it. Then get the B section playing at 80, and then get that so you can do it with the metronome clicking at 40, and then put the two sections together. So that wraps up this episode. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on a little bit of practicing and the B section of Blackberry Blossom, and also that minor pentatonic scale. And next week we'll look at something new. Thank you. 1, 3, 1, 2.